Welcome to another episode of Dropping Gemstones. For me, like myself, a self-made entrepreneur giving self-pointed tips for people just like you getting started in the real estate game. The thing I want to talk to you about today is how to follow up with leads. Not cold calling's dead, direct mail is dying, and pretty much social media is not really going that good. So what I've been doing lately is text messaging. That's how I been getting 2 deals so far, and that's how I've been mainly getting I get calls all the time about people who selling their property, and I don't even talk to them really. They text them, then to the point where they're ready to talk and negotiate prices. Then they call me ready to motivate it and everything to negotiate. It's a lot easier because a lot of people are actually responding more to text messaging than the people they don't answer the calls, the numbers they don't know. So your best bet is to get you a spare phone, get you a Google Voice number or some type of number where you're not giving out your personal number, and just text them. Normally, they got a service like Launch Control. Those are strictly text message a text message platform where you send one message and you plug it in places here and there, and it shoots out thousands of text messages at a low cost. I will have the link to that, of course, in my description. Google Voice is also a great number because you can not only have it on one phone, you can also have it on multiple phones as well. Like I have 2 for my personal self, 1 for my business, and one number controls 4 phones. So it doesn't matter if I'm at home, on the road, or whatever the case may be, I always have a signal. Because certain brands, certain phones don't have good signal where I'm always being reached. No matter where they text me from, whatever time of day, they can always reach my Google Voice number. And it is also great to have your own separate social media account affiliated with your real estate investing. Reason being because people want to see what you are, who you are, and what you do. Make sure you're legit. Make sure that what you say is what you do. Preach what you practice, practice what you preach. Make sure you check out how they're living on their social media, because everybody who's doing something with themselves will have a social media account. And if you don't like their social media account or what they're doing with their social media account, you don't have to take their advice. I always say check their sources. I hear the same for 3, I best believe. I hear it from 3 different people, 3 different places, at 3 different times, and that's, of course, to me personally, that's how I figure out and verify things are real. Make sure you love what you do and make sure you know what you're doing. Always do your due diligence. If the numbers don't make sense, the deal doesn't make sense. Don't get yourself into a situation where you're pretty possibly be sued. This is also a very tough game. But luckily, I have a real estate group that's full of mentors, full of already people who's actually out here doing it. They're not just standing like somebody who's standing on top of a stage and tell you how to do something and not actually doing it themselves. Or they have experience done it before, but they don't do it no more. No, people I work with, the people who I learn from, are actually in the field doing it day to day themselves. So they can always point you in the right directions, the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, what companies you work with. Cut down the time of research, the time of everything. Because once you spend a second of time, you don't get it back no more.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time chasing something that is not going to make sense. It doesn't matter how much time it takes, as long as no time is wasted. But thanks for dropping gemstones. I'm your boy Gemstone Jewel. Like to subscribe to my channel, follow along on my Instagram, because I'm dropping gemstones for people like you.